Hello everyone, this is Visual Novel Gamer, and I am back with Katawa Shoujo. I think we entered the Hanako route last time, because we were seeing a lot of her. It's either that or Lily, but I believe it's Hanako. So, we found Hanako in the library last time, and now we're in our little quiet area that we found Lily in the first time. So let's continue. The noise of the festival is slightly louder inside the tea room, but the breeze coming through the open window makes it worth it. Without thinking, I walk to the windowsill and inhale deeply. I sometimes forget how clean the air is here compared to back home. Would you like some tea? That would be great, thanks. It occurred to me that this is the first time I've been alone with Hanako, without her trying to be somewhere else. Turning from the window, I watch as she makes a simple pot of tea and arranges some sandwiches onto a plate. I've seen her do this before a number of times, but this time she seems slightly different. It's like she's calm. Eventually, she places a small tray on the table and pours 2 cups of tea. The fresh scent of the brewed tea mingles with the breeze, and for a second, I feel like I'm the only one in the world. I think I know why you like this room now. I don't know what you mean. Well, there's quite a few people out there, but in here, it's like another world. You could pretend that there's no one around for miles. You're right. It's like the world has forgotten this room. And because of that, you can forget about the outside. Though that would be appealing in some cases. As far as I could tell, conventional bullying doesn't exist in this school. I doubt it would. Everyone's here for a reason. But then again, I haven't seen a single person talk to Hanako besides Lily. If you're ignored by the world, a place where you could forget its existence would hold a special appeal. That's a good point. It's like this room gives you some kind of complete freedom. Yeah. Say, do you play chess? Chess? I played it a bit, I guess. I take it you played before? A little. Without saying anything more, Hanako moves to one of the cover boards and digs out a small chess set. Do you want? Sure, why not? I cut her off, but she doesn't seem to mind it. We arrange the pieces, and before long we are sending pawns charging to their inevitable fates. I take my time and intently examine each move and its consequence. Nostalgia for the game taking second place to the matter at hand. For a time, the game is a lengthy battle of attrition, but I spot an opening and tear a line in her defense. A few moves later, her king is cornered by several of my pieces. Checkmate. You're not bad at this, are you? An honest appraisal. Her technique is pretty good, but several times I was able to exploit her lack of prediction. I pick up a piece and examine it. It looks relatively new, yet worn for its age. I guess not. She has a cute smile. I heard she has the best route, so I hope it's this one. Does Lily play? The absence of Hanako's answer causes me to think about my question. A bit. This is the first time I played against someone other than her, or... She cuts herself off abruptly, leaving the answer hanging in the air. Someone she knew before coming to Yamako, maybe. Well then, I'm honored to have played against you. Can we play again? A blush! She asked as if she were asking me to cut off my own hands. The spirit of competition got into her. Sure, though don't expect me to go easy on you this time. Not that I was before mine. She seems to appreciate the competitive tone. Same here. As we were setting up the pieces, there is a loud noise at the door. Lily! Good afternoon. Lily. Oh, hey there, Lily. Are you finished? You both are here? Wonderful. Anyway, our teacher managed to round up some extra help, so I was able to leave. Have you been here since you left? Pretty much. We've just been playing a bit of chess. Would you like a cup of tea? Actually, I think it may be a good idea to go outside for a little while. That instant drop in Hanuko's face shows her objection to this plan, even though she says nothing. I feel strangely compelled to voice what is plainly in view on her face, but Lily can't see. I kinda think that we should just stay here. Really? It's so crowded here that I was thinking we should leave the school and head for the local tea house. Jeez, I don't know why my voice is cracking up right there, but alright. You mean the Shanghai? Of course. With everyone at the festival, it should be practically empty. Tea house? Oh, that's right. You probably don't know of it. There's a tea house not far from here, which we go to every so often. Sounds like a plan. Hanako, what do you think? Hanako jumps a little at being forced into this conversation, but at least she seems less distracted than before. If it's the Shanghai, I think it would be nice. Well then, it's settled. Let's be on our way. Hanako and I raise from the table and our preemptive chess game. Before I could do anything, Hanako has poured the pieces into a Hanako has poured the pieces into a small container and placed the board away. Looks like we're ready now. Please lead on. Hanako moves to Lily's side and we venture onto the school's corridors. The pair leads me through a series of unfamiliar doors and we emerge on the side of the building opposite of the fairgrounds. Insulated by the heavy stone of the building, the noise from the crowd has faded to a murmur. Strange. I thought most people would be beginning to leave by now. They were probably here to view the fireworks. Fireworks? Yes, apparently the school puts on quite a show. A lot of people come from town just to watch them. Lily's decision to leave the school grounds seems to make sense now. Hanako would probably have a hard time with the whole town descending onto the school. Or ascending, as the case may be. For the second time since arriving at Yamako, I find myself walking down this road with Lily. Only now that I could barely hear the increasing noise of the festival, do I realize how loud it was. I can hear my ears ringing slightly in the still evening air as they recover from the day's assault on them. Hanako clings to Lily, but still managed to guide her along the road. That and avoiding the occasional glance from curious bystanders. Pedestrians, Jesus, appears to completely snap her concentration. She rarely raises her focus from the ground in front of her, nor does she utter a word. Lily, on the other hand, maintains her prim and proper persona, just as she does in school. It's obvious she purposely puts effort into her appearance rather than hiding it as Hanako does. It's striking how different they are in their own way of holding themselves outside of Yamako grounds. That said, it's obvious in both their cases that they do visibly change. Inside Yamako, everyone is special, which negates the specialness of it. But once we venture outside the school gate, we are returned to the status of outsider and generic labels, especially when we are still in school uniform. It's like hanging a sign around your neck challenging people to figure out what is wrong with you. I'm surprised that so many of the students keep it on. Then again, with canes and wheelchairs common among the students, I guess it's not really that much of a giveaway. Or maybe I'm the only one that sees this as a stigma? Maybe you get used to it after a time, like any other school uniform. The tea house seems fairly standard from the outside, just an ordinary building with typical signs. Decoration in the entrance. Looks like the type of place you walk by without a thought. Just another generic cafe in a sea of thousands. If Hanako hadn't steered Lily into the entrance, I would have continued on down the road without even ever knowing that it existed. Inside the tea house, it takes on a more traditional feel. Everything seems to have been made from the same lump of timber, from the counter and the benches to the high-backed booths around the walls. But the most striking feature of the room is the lack of life. I think I could faintly hear something bubbling away in the background, but otherwise the room is silent. Without any direction, we simply wait near the entrance, politely obeying the "please wait to be seated" sign. Is this place closed or something? The sound of a chair falling over echoes throughout the empty room, and a head shoots up from inside the booth. I wasn't sleeping, and welcome to the Shanghai. Yuko, dressed in a pastry apron and clutching a menu, rushes to greet us. Her misaligned glasses and ruffled hair cast suspicion on her previous statement. But whether she was asleep or not isn't the first question that leaps to my mind. You work here now? What happened to the library? What? Lily? Scout? Welcome to the Shanghai. Yuko, still waking up, jerks into a violent bow, dislodging her glasses in the process. Ah, my glasses! As I pick up her spectacles off the floor, Lily offers an explanation. Yuko works here part-time, as well as the library. It's one of the reasons we like to come here. Yuko takes her glasses from my hands, shakily putting them back on. Yes, that's right, thanks. Shall I show you to your table? There's no one else here, so you could choose your table and order whatever you like, but there may be a delay, as I will have to make it myself. It's alright, Yuko. Just a pot of black tea and a plate of sandwiches will be fine. Right, I'll get right onto it then. Right on that. Yuko hurries off to the back of the cafe, leaving us still standing at the entrance. She pushes the swinging half doors open before realizing that she hasn't seated us. I'm sorry. Please sit wherever you like. I'll be right back. Following her advice, I lead Lily to the nearest booth as Hanako follows. As I begin to sit next to Lily, I realize how appropriate this place is for Hanako. The high back booths totally separates you from the rest of the room, and it doesn't look like it gets all that many customers. All the furnishings, from the cushions on the benches to the condiment holders, look dated, but aren't overly worn. I wonder if Lily deliberately selects places like this to take Hanako. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Alright, just making sure you guys can actually hear my voice. I wonder if Lily deliberately selects places like this to take Hanako. She seems like the type that would go to lengths to center to Hanako's unique predicament. So, Hisao, I didn't know you played chess. Well, not very well, but I do know how to play. I suppose the obvious question would now be, who won? Lily's innocent smile makes me hesitate. I don't really want to look like I'm lording my victory over Hanako. Hisao did. Yes, but not by much. Damn, saying that out loud makes me feel like I've done something terrible. Well done, Hisao. You accomplished something I only ever fail at. Thanks. I haven't played in ages. So it felt good to play again. Yes, it did. Hanako fidgets with her hair a little and looks away as she replies, but a small smile emerges. It's a little more extreme of a reaction than I expected, but still kinda cute in that Hanako way. It throws me a little off guard, and only Hanukkah Katersmaznik re-enter shocks me back into the conversation. Are you alright there, Yuko? Do you need a hand? I'm fine. I have to do this properly. It's my job. Concentration plays across her face while she stares at the trays in her hand, as if simply looking at its contents will hold them in place. Sadly, this doesn't prove all that effective. The cups and sauces slowly dance around, occasionally chattering as they collide with one another. Taking great care, Yuko sets the tray down on the table with the other sublets of crashes. There, see? Well done. Thank you, Yuko. Yuko head rockets downwards in her direct, decisive bow before answering. You're very welcome. Would you like to join us? There's something else I'd like to discuss about the recent order, if I may. Ah, that's right. Lily and Yuko were discussing a pile of books when I first met Hanako. Something about Lily helping with the Braille? Ah, yes. We didn't get the chance to go through them, did we? Yuko hesitantly sits down next to Hanako. Apparently, her dedication to this job only goes as far as her concentration. Once it is broken, she suddenly loses it. I'll be in the library tomorrow afternoon, if you'd like to try again. That sounds perfect. I'll meet you there after classes. Lily? Oh dear, that's right. Tomorrow is Monday. How could I have forgotten? I'm starting to feel a little left out of the loop here. Then again, that's to be expected. I have been here for barely a week, so it's impossible to know everyone's schedule. Well, perhaps we could come to some other arrangements. Yuko, will you be in the library later in the week? Maybe, but this is already overdue. And there are some things I need. This might be a problem. Lily ponders for a second before discovering the answer. I wonder, might we be able to enlist the help of another, if need be? To do what? You lost me quite some time ago. Being a volunteer for something without even having the slightest idea what is going on isn't really my thing. And here I thought I had finally escaped the clutches of the student council and their repeated attempts to recruit me. Oh, of course. The other day I was helping Yuko sort the new Braille books in the library. But Hanako and I usually go shopping on Monday afternoons. It's quieter on that day than on the weekends. Last week we couldn't go because I was busy with the festival. I managed to slip away later in the week, but Hanako couldn't make it. Well, since I can't read Braille, I'm assuming you'd like me to go shopping with Hanako. Correct. You were a great help to me the other day. I think I could handle that. Hanako, what do you think? If you wouldn't mind. Of course not. I'm still not familiar with all the stores in the area, so it sounds like a good idea. Okay. Now that we have that arranged, shall we have some tea? It's now that I realize our tea has been sitting idle by all this time, getting no hotter. It's my fault. Let me pour that for you. Yuko reaches out with shaking hands, but I intercept her. She looks in no state to be handling hot liquids. It's alright. I got it. Since you already made the tea and sandwiches, you fulfilled your waitress duties, right? I guess. Yuko relaxes a little, but still watches eagerly as I share out the assortments. That was actually very loud in my ears. As I was about to bite into the sandwich, a low, loud rumble can be heard, along with a flash of lights from outside. Ah, I take it the show has started. Only now, looking outside, I realize that dusk has gone and come and gone, leaving us in the peak of twilight. Sparkling traces arc upwards, ready to explode in the floret shapes of fireworks. Let's go watch! Oh, sorry, Lily. Please don't miss the show on my account. From what I heard, this isn't a bad location to watch them from. Oh, that's cute! With the exception of Lily, we rushed to the window of the small tea house to watch the show. The strobe of color lights play across Hanako and Yuki's smiling faces, and for a second, I forget to look out the window. In this totally new world, there are a few things that don't change. I think that's why the school makes such a fuss over this festival. It's a chance to show the similarities between everyone. The show is over all too quickly. Fireworks are expensive, even for the most well-funded schools. Before we return to our tea and sandwiches, Hanako turns to me. Thanks for today. And tomorrow. That's okay. I don't think that I could have faced those crowds either. On days like this, it's more relaxing to spend time away from everyone, don't you think? Yeah. Anyway, we've been delaying this tea for far too long now. Let's get back. Sure. We return to the booth and our light meal. That sounded impressive. Bigger than last year, at least. Yeah, it was great. I've never seen them put on such a show. It gets better every year. I'm afraid, however, that during that time the tea has gone cold. Oh no, let me make some more. This is my fault. Calm down, Yuko. It's nobody's fault. I take a sip from my tea just to prove the point. This tea isn't too bad cold. Anyway, it's like an iced tea. Really? Yes, really. If you add a bit of sugar, it's kind of nice. Are you sure? I'm positive. Now, why don't you sit down and we finish this together? Okay. Yuko doesn't seem convinced, but she sits down regardless. She carefully measures out about 5 teaspoons of sugar and adds them to her tea. I said a bit of sugar. I know, but I like my tea sweet anyway. Curiously, I peered into a cup. As expected, hardly any of the sugar dissolved in the cool liquid. She stirs it twice before upturning the cup and drinking the contents, sugar and all, in a single mouthful. You're right, that's not bad at all. Good. I look back to Lily and Hanako, both of whom have finished their meal as I witness Yuko's personality in action. Not wanting to hold anyone up, I use her tactic and finish the remainder of my tea in a single swirl. Well then, it seems we're all finished. Should we head back now, or do we want seconds? Yuko expressions shows that this is clearly not a good idea. I think that it would be best if we get back soon. We do have to get back before curfew after all. Oh, that is a good point. I'll meet you tomorrow, Yuko. I'll be looking forward to it, Lily. Goodbye, everyone. We make our way out of the small tea house and into the dark of night. Lily and Hanako once again take point, but under the cover of darkness, Hanako seems less stressed than she did on the trip here. We move against the occasional group of people emptying the school grounds, but Hanako seems to lead us along a few minor roads, avoiding the bulk of the crowd. Outside the dorms, the school seems strangely quiet when compared to the noise of the day. Well then, thank you both for today. I think I learned a lot. You're most welcome, but I'm afraid that I must really be going. Today's been a long day. That's right. Lily spent all of her day on her feet, and I can imagine that walking outside of the school would be pretty tiring for her. I feel a peg of guilt, as I remember that I was probably the only one in the school that got up around 10 this morning. Sure thing. Well, I'll see you both tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Hisao. Night. The girls return to the dorm, and I to mine. Actually, now that I consider it, today tired me out as well. Oh? 2, Hide and Seek. So it does look like every route is going to have one of those things. Holy, he slammed that with his fist. But, yeah, we are on Hanako's route like I suspected. Good. My alarm blares into my ears, only to be swiftly silenced by my fist. My body switches into auto mode, carrying my subconscious self out of bed and into my uniform. As always, my bottle of pills sit on my desk, patiently waiting for me to take them and pick out my daily dosage of medicine. 17 pills a day. Jesus, that's a lot. Before I knew it, I'm opening the door to class 3-3. Glad to see that I'm not the only one who seems to be a little hungover from festival week. Every face in the classroom looks grunt. With the festival now over, it's as if everyone's life dreams have been achieved. With nothing left to live for, the students had relied on instincts alone to guide them to class. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Slowly, I make my way to my seat, and it's only then I realize the room is so peaceful. The seats beside mine are blissfully empty. The world's loudest interpreter for the deaf has yet to arrive. Just as I am about to sit down, the door flies open, revealing a resplendent Misha. Drills bobbing from the dramatic entrance, an arm stretched towards the skies. Yoo-hoo! It's all over! It would appear that not everyone is affected by the post-festival depression. The rest of the class glare at her, obviously thinking the same thing as I am. Misha, still frozen in the doorway, with her arms still in the air, nervously looks around. It's obvious that she sensed the foul mood, but can't work out exactly what to do. Suddenly, she jerks forward. Hey! As she stumbles into the classroom, she reveals Susune, arms still extended from where she shoved Misha. ... Thanks for the entertainment, but shouldn't you two take your seats? ... Still slightly embarrassed, Misha takes a few seconds to realize she has to translate. Oh, yeah, Sichon says she's not happy with you teaching us last week. We were really busy. Is that so? What about the stuff I already did for you two? ... Mean face. Angry face. She says that only counts for student council members. Since you declined, she doesn't owe you anything. Misha leans closer and whispers conspiracially into my ear. Actually, I think she's just a little sore that you didn't spend the day with her. She's really thankful for your work last week, though. Sensing that she's being talked about, Susune lightly wraps her fingers on her desk until Misha turns around to face her. I can't understand any of the fast-paced signing that's going on, but from Susune's slightly embarrassed expression and Misha's poorly contained laughter, I can guess. While this exchange is happening, the door opens once again, but this time at a much more reasonable pace. Hanako quietly enters the room and pulls the door closed behind her. Peering out from under her hair, she quickly scans the classroom. Our eyes meet and she suddenly stiffens. She closes her eyes, takes a breath, and then walks over to my desk. Good morning, Hisao. Morning, Hanako. You're a little late, aren't you? I was talking to Lily. About today. Ah, so you got her list then. We can leave straight after classes in that case. Sure. Me and Lily are the only ones that get her smile. I'm happy. I'm looking forward to it. Hanako briefly flashes her embarrassed smile at me, then hurries off to her seat. During classes, it becomes apparent that it's not only the students that are a little disappointed after the festival. Muto simply gives us a list of exercises from the textbook and then sits behind his desk. I totally forgot about the brief lunch period for a moment. Such is the blatantity of the day. It's mind-numbing, and everyone seems surprised when the bell signals the end of lessons. As I am packing up my bag, Sasune and Misha flank and entrap me. Say, Hee-chan, it's still not too late to join up. There's a lot of post-festival paperwork for us to complete. Sorry, Misha. I've got plans. As if sensing the cue, Hanako appeared behind me, holding a small bag and trying to avoid eye contact with the outside world. Misha's eyes open wide and she burst into laughter. You move fast, don't you, Hee-chan? We won't disturb your date any further. Behind the roaring Misha, I see Sasune taking far too little interest in the scene. I might be taking this the wrong way, but I think she's deliberately ignoring me. I feel a gentle tug on my shirt and turn to see Hanako's eyes fixed firmly on the ground. Let's... Gotcha. Sasune, Misha, I'll see you later. And I'm still not interested in the council. Spoiled sprout. Misha and Sasune retreat into the hallway, happily signing to each other. Got all your stuff? Let's head off. Floods of students pour out of the school gates and onto the road into town. It's a little weird. It's almost a scene from any other high school, but the illusion fades because of the occasional wheelchair or missing limb. One thing I do note is that nobody is alone. And as Hanako and I pass through the gates, I notice that she closes the distance between us. Not enough to be considered close, but she certainly isn't as her usual, just a little far position. I guess we're not familiar enough for her to get as close as she does with Lily. However, even though she has moved a little closer to me physically, mentally she seems to have traveled a mile. Her hands clutch around the leather straps of her bag to the point of whitening her knuckles. Her head down and her mouth purse closed. She almost looks like she's being walked to the principal's office for the first time. I try to stifle a grin at that moment, but it is futile. What's the matter? I guess there's no point in hiding it. Sorry, for a second there, it looked like you were getting in trouble. What do you mean? I think you need to relax a little. We're not going too far, and it's only students around, right? Right. It bothers me a little to see Hanako so worked up. And you do this every week, don't you? Yes, with Lily. Of course, with Lily. I wonder, has she ever left this school without her? I don't think she has. It doesn't seem like much at first glance, but Hanako's dependence on Lily is absurdly heavy. If she can't even handle leaving the school without her, how would she manage to survive if the two had never met? Would she have found someone else to latch onto? And what drew her to Lily? Was it her lack of eyesight? Or was Lily just kind enough to lend a hand? I wonder if anyone would have fit that bill. Well, I'm here. Besides, we're not going far. It'll be over before you know it. Hanako knuckles slowly regain their color as she tries to hide a small smile, but the effort of that seems to prevent further conversation. We travel side by side down the winding road towards the town. The crowd of students thins as we continue along the sidewalk. Faster students rush ahead and the less mobile ones fall behind, rearing the crowd into nothingness. Oh, the old remark. Okay. By the time we reach the convenience store, we are practically alone. Using me as a shield between herself and the attendant, Hanako moves through the narrow aisles, adding an assortment of items to her basket. Bread, milk, tea, thyme? What kind of convenience store sells herbs? That's weird. That's weird, though. Then again, nothing about this town seems normal, which may not be such a bad thing in retrospect. Everything is so different and uncomfortable. Dwelling on such matters isn't really an option. When I think about that, it reminds me of Hanako. No matter how much you try, you can't escape her scars. They'll still interpret my train of thought when I see them. As much as I don't want to admit it to myself, I think I'm forcing myself to try to ignore them. Now that I am scar-free myself, the jagged line down my sternum, I think, will never completely fade away. I just have the luxury of being able to hide it easily. But in a way, both our scars remind me that we're all in this place for a reason. ... Hanako throws one last item into her basket, then sheepishly holds out to me along with a few banknotes. Could you please? It takes me a second to understand what she's trying to say. Oh, you want me to pay for this? She nods, but doesn't look up. I guess this task falls onto Lily on the usual occasion. Sure, let me just grab a couple of things. Hastily, I grab a few essential items for myself and head for the counter with Hanako in close tow. The attendant gives me an indifferent nod as he scans the items. I suppose just ignoring us is one way to deal with the anomalies of Yamako. They must get a lot of students here, being the closest store to the school. The staff must all have their own way of dealing with us. Or maybe they don't. Maybe it's only me who thinks twice about my unique schoolmates. Our transaction complete, Hanako and I head back onto the street. The road is pretty much abandoned now. The students that were heading out have already left, and nobody has started returning just yet. And with only the school ahead on the road, there doesn't seem to be anyone else around. The emptiness certainly reflects on Hanako. Her arms by her sides, each carrying a bag, her head no longer bowed and back to the upright position. It's almost as if she were enjoying this walk. So, why all those weird things? Make spices? Why would you need that in school? I sometimes like to make food. Well, yeah, so do I, but spices? Who doesn't put spices when they cook? Jesus, that's a little more advanced, don't you think? No, it's not advanced at all. Wait, does this sound like eating plain food with no taste? Jeez. Not really. Well, I think it's cool. You have to teach me one day. Sure. She doesn't seem all that sure, but pushing the point doesn't seem all that wise. At the very least, she seems a great deal happier than she did on the walk down here. That alone makes me a little happier. Outside the girls' dorm, Hanako and I sort out the grocery bags with our respective purchases. In comparison, my things look positively plain. I tell you, you're putting me to shame here. No, I'm not. I'm only joking. I have a stack of homework that I skipped last week, so I must leave now. Will you be alright getting that to your room? Yeah. Sure. Okay then. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. We part ways and I return to my room. Piles of paper set upon my desk, begging to be complete. With the entire ruckus of last week, I barely had any time to catch up. I tried to keep up with my studies while I was in the hospital, but some of this stuff I have never seen before, even back in my old school. Totally unprepared. I pop the top of a can of drink and get to work. The days are really starting to heat up. This morning, I awoke covered in sweat. By the time the student body starts leaving their dorms for breakfast and morning duties, the sun has taken full effect. Oddly, that puts me in high spirits. It's not even 8 yet. I feel that this day is going to be one of those pleasant, tranquil, warm ones. If I weren't at school, that considered every absent from class as a sign of a life-threatening situation, I consider skipping the whole day and just relaxing in the school gardens. Yes, today will be a genuine lazy day. For a second, I stop in mid-stretch and consider the nurse warning about exercise. Maybe I should have kept up with those morning jogs. Running with someone like Emmy might have been a little testing, but if I work at my own pace... who am I kidding? I couldn't stick to something like that without some kind of motivation. That's why the morning runs his motivation was Emmy. That's why I feel like he's not barely gonna get any exercise in any of the other routes since she was the exercise girl. It's not like I sit around all day. The walk to and from the convenience store counts as exercise, right? Especially the walk back up the hill. Yeah, it's no big deal. Compared to months laying in a hospital bed, I'm getting plenty of exercise. It seems that I'm not alone in my appreciation of the day. Nearly every member of the class is glancing through the window and into the tantalizing sky. Even the steadfast Sune seems to lack her usual vergo for schoolwork. Misha, as brazen as ever, has even unbuttoned the tops of her shirt. Sorry, give me a second. Misha, as brazen as ever, has even unbuttoned the top buttons of her shirt and is fanning herself with a notebook. I must have been staring, as she is now sticking her tongue out at me. However, she shows no signs of halting her efforts, nor is she trying to hide the fact. The lunch bells seem to catch everyone by surprise, and the class empties at a much slower pace than usual. The heat seems to be draining the need to rush from everyone. Well, almost everyone. Hisao? Hey there, Hanako. What can I do for you today? Hanako already has a lunch bag at hand. I don't have to be a detective to work out where this is going. Would you like to have lunch with us again? I bought enough for everyone. Awesome. You don't have to be so stiff about it, though. Ah, right. I take it we're going to the tea room? But please. Lily says she'll meet us there, so we should go ahead together. Sounds like a plan. Lizzie has made me pretty hungry. Hanako breathes a sigh of relief, and I gather my things. As usual, the aura of the tea room is refreshing, feeling isolated from the rest of the world. Then again, the usual dim of the school seems to be a bit subdued, most likely from laziness, prompted by heat exhaustion. Hanako slowly spreads her food on the table, intently focusing on every little movement, as if she's been trying to keep her mind off other thoughts. It's not much, but I could tell from her demeanor that she has prepared everything with utmost care. I guess Lily isn't here yet. Should we start without her? She'll be here soon. Hanako struggles with the lid of the container of rice. Here, let me help with that. I take the container from Hanako's hands and try to force open the lid. Try as I might, it seems wedged shut. Let me guess, did you put this in while the rice was still hot? Yes, I was in a rush. I put the container on the table between us. I thought so. It looks like this is wedged shut. We need some hot water to get it open. But that could be a pain in here. We get water everywhere. Well, in that case, how about I contribute to today's meal? At the door, Lily smiles while holding up a bag stocked with various buns and bread rolls. I can't help but do the same. Since you two have changed of plans because of me, I thought I would bring a little something. Thanks, Lily. Here, let me get that for you. With a little guidance, Lily's bread assortment joins Hanako's riceless platter. I hesitantly make some tea to complete the picture. Well, I'm looking forward to this. As I take a bite, I notice Hanako trying her hardest not to look like she is looking at me. If nothing special, something special. But then again, I can't really complain. I'm pretty lazy when it comes to cooking for myself. Not bad. I guess this is the stuff made with... this is made with the stuff you bought yesterday. You're supposed to say it's delicious, Hisao. You're not supposed to say not bad. Yes. Hanako's eyes shoot at me, begging for some kind of feedback. Well, it was clearly worth it. Thanks, Hanako. I wanted to show you this after yesterday. It's okay. I was just a little surprised at the stuff you were buying. Hanako's always like to experiment when it comes to food. I think it's good. Most of the time. While Lily's smile doesn't waver, a slight change in her tone tells me that things have not gone so well in the past. And it's not like Hanako has many people to sample her cooking. Hang on, was Lily waiting for me to go first? She didn't start eating until after I said it was alright. Her cheeky grin tells me that was a deliberate action on her part. I have to try and work out how to get one over her in the future to make up for this. Well, it's good, and that's all that counts, right? Right. Lily, satisfied at not being the first to sample Hanako's creation, begins to consume the food in front of her. I find myself staring as I watch her chopsticks gently touch the plate, their tips deliberately poking and tracing to quickly ascend the position of the food as she dexterously picks it up. One might think she were a child playing with her food, if not for the situation. Though she does it with such care and thoughtlessness that it's obvious this is simply how she eats this kind of meal. Not wanting to miss out, I start filling myself up. Hanako takes a different approach, waiting until Lily and I have our hands cleared before quickly snatching up her share. Before long, the containers are empty, save for the still shut rice container. Thank you, Hanako. That was filling. No. Thank you for the bread. Yes, it would have been a disaster if not for that. You're both welcome. But now I must be getting back. It's far too easy to be late after eating here. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think we'll just clean up and then head off. Well then, good day. Lily leaves, her cane tapping away down the quiet hallway. Hanako and I quickly pack our things and stay seated, waiting for the bell. Together, we stare out the window and into the endless azure sky. If it weren't for the pealing of the bells, I would have swear that time had stopped. The urge to skip class rises in my gut. I shoot a glance at Hanako, who shows no signs of moving either. Not just yet. The interval between the warning bells and the end of the lunch bells passes in the blink of an eye. We really should go. People would freak out and start a search party if you skip. Hanako sighs. You're right. Slowly she rises to her feet and I follow suit. These were here before, I don't think. These boxes. Silently, we make our way up the stairs to the third floor and then to our class. At the door, I take point and open the door ahead of Hanako, bowing my head deep in apology in advance. Sorry we're late, teacher. I am greeted not by stern words, nor by an arranged instruction to take my seat, but simply by the silence created by 15 or so students trying not to laugh. Muto, even tardier, has yet to arrive. However, the fact that Hanako and I arrived together is blatantly obvious. Pah! Make that about 14 students trying and 1 student failing. The lovers return. Yeah, thanks. You can calm down now. I step through the door and realize that Hanako is firmly pressed against my back, hiding herself from the class. With my steps coming closer to my desk, she eventually breaks from me and stiffly walks to her own. Her efforts to mentally block everyone's presence from her mind are written clearly on her face. Quickly checking the door for any signs of the teacher arrival, I make a trip to Hanako's desk and whisper in her ear, Don't worry about Misha. She's always like this. I enjoy myself today. Don't sweat it, okay? Hanako nods, her head behind her folded arms, but still doesn't show her face. I yearn to stay and console her more, but Muto picks this exact moment to enter the class, halfway through his lecture, as if he started it in the hallway. Which, of course, is directly proportional to the change, but inverse proportional to the square of the distance. He's so engrossed in his speech that he doesn't even notice me sneaking back into my seat from Hanako's desk. While Muto rambles on, Misha leans over to me. The teacher may not have noticed your tardiness, but I did. That much is obvious from the show you just put on. I have been instructed to let you off the hook for today, but only on one condition. Oh, and what would that be? You have to help us this afternoon. I crane my neck to look over Misha's shoulder. Shitsune is conveniently not making eye contact with me. Fine, just for today. I already told you, I'm not joining the council, remember? Of course, doing so could be considered. She looks down at her notebook, obviously looking for her place in her script. Under duress, and hence would be against regulations. How very strange of you to be considerate of the regulations, though. Things should be done by the book. It's just the book hasn't been written for every situation, so there are times when it can be ignored. And yet you two wonder why no one else wants to be in the student council. After poking her tongue out at me, Misha returns to her workbook, and we battle our way through the later half of the school day. Before I could even stand up, Misha and Sasune had placed their hands on both my shoulders. Hey, I said I'll help out. Damn. This is just insurance, Hisao. Insurance! Hisao? Hanako timidly tries to leave the room by circling around us, and I suddenly realize that this may be my one and only chance to escape. Oh hey, Hanako. What's up? Sasune. That's that. Hey, what makes you think you got time to chat? Oh, relax. This won't take long. Sorry, Hanako. You were saying? I was going to the library, and I thought... Hanako's thumbs danced around each other, and her eyes fluttered around the room, looking everywhere but at us. Sorry, Hanako, but Hisao has to come with us. He's got work to do. ... Oh, but you can help too if you like. So how about it, Hanako? Oh, God. You know what? I'm actually gonna take a save and then end it here for today. Because I don't think I can make a decision that fast, to be honest. I've done enough work for the council already. What do you think, Hanako? Yeah, I'm gonna end it here today. This has been Visual Novel Gamer. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, tell me how your day was, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!